What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're having a good day, being safe, and all of the good stuff. For today, we have for you is a Goofy Horror Movie 2 by Derek FDB. Probably butchered it, but other than that, let's just get into it. Oh yeah, don't forget the video will be linked in the description down below. Much love.
Growing up, when I thought of horror movies, I always thought scary. You know, creepy atmospheres, scary looking killers, jump scares. But in a sea of these scary or even terrifying horror movies, sometimes there's some goofy ones. Horror movies so low budget or so ridiculous or sometimes so trash you can't help but laugh at them. So today, after nearly 3 years, golly, I'm revisiting this topic and we're gonna be going over some more goofy horror movies. Some of these are well established, some of these are very popular, and some of these are the most ridiculous movie you'll ever see. And what better way to start than with a popular one? The Purge. We all know this one. Every year in America, all crimes become legal, rich people are protected, poor people die, economy and crime rates thrive, yada yada yada, people kill each other. Now, it's a good move. There were some goofy decisions made, like the daughter running off on her own when someone's in the house, or the son, you know, letting in a complete stranger on a night where people are allowed to kill each other. Oh my goodness, this pisses me off to this day. But the silliness of this movie for me doesn't lie in the decisions or the killers or the acting or anything like that. For me, it lies in its concept. A day where everything is legal. There's no rules to stop you, no cops to beat on you, and people are just killing each other? Really? Yeah. You get 12 hours every year to potentially change your life and you use it to kill homeless dudes and get petty revenge? Are we serious? Y'all not thinking about the long term? Y'all not thinking about the money? Go sell crap.
Okay, saying go sell crack is crazy activity. I was thinking about, oh, let's go ahead and take the money from the bank or something like that. I was thinking about, oh shit, let's go ahead and take some cars off the dealership, you know what I mean? Like, hey, all crime is legal, right? So let me go ahead and get some free cars. Like, hey, give me those fucking cars. We got a Bugatti on there, grab that bit. We got a new fucking Charger, grab that bit. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, they would hate me see me coming. They will hate me see me coming with the gun. With the gun, they will hate me see me coming. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a whole bunch of people ready to go in and grab some cars off that lot, buddy. But I have that shit locked down real tight. Ain't gonna lie.
Crazy. Maybe I just don't understand the violent nature of humans. But I don't think that many people are itching to be the next Joe Goldberg. I'm sorry. That ending was booty, by the way. I might make a vid on it. But it ain't just the people only killing each other thing that I find goofy. There's also the unemployment and crime rate thing. The movie claims that the annual purge lowers unemployment and crime rates. And quite frankly, I don't believe that. Cause that's under the assumption that people don't work jobs because of competition. When in reality, people don't be unemployed because of competition. People be unemployed because these jobs are too dang bougie. We all know it's true. I've had days where I submitted, not even joking, over 80 Indeed applications just for the first word in the email they sent me back to say, unfortunately. And that's just their approval rates. That ain't even talk about their qualifications. I've seen jobs with requirements like 5 years experience, bachelor's degree, able to lift 50 pounds, fluent in Spanish, German, and Russian, and the job title? McDonald's manager, $12.50 an hour. So no, I don't think people purging each other would affect people's ability to get jobs. Then there's the whole crime rate drop thing. No. Just no. If some random purger killed one of my loved ones at 6:59 a.m., you think just cause the clock hits 7 a.m. and purge time is over, I'ma be like, you got me this year, buddy. That was my favorite odds. I'll get you next year, though. No, I am grabbing the 12 gauge and popping, dude. And I'm sure if the purge was real, I wouldn't be the only one thinking this way. Ask yourself right now, you watching this, if someone slapped your grandma and they're right in front of you, are you really willing to wait till next year to get revenge? So no, it's also not fixing crime rates. But that's The Purge, which is pretty normal compared to other movies I want to talk about, like The Evil Bong, a movie about a bunch of stoners that come across this evil bong that when they smoke it, it transports them to Bong World, an evil dimension full of killer strippers. This movie has 9 sequels, by the way. Then there's another very popular one, Beetlejuice. I'll be honest, I did not know this movie was a thing for the long.
Okay, Beetlejuice is a good movie. Okay, it's a good goofy movie. You know what I mean? It's a good goofy movie. But I will say this though, the Bong thing, having that many sequels is crazy activity. By the way, did not know that was a thing. Okay, crazy. The Purge. I do agree it's not gonna help all crimes, but I think it would stop some people. I guess I don't even know, bro. To be honest, he might be right with that.
Honest. I had
Crazy
heard a
for
lot
real
of good
though.
things about the so-called Beetlejuice, but when I thought of Beetlejuice, I only ever thought of, that little dude. So when I finally
Yeah, I thought
watched it,
about him
my
too.
expectations were high. And I ain't gonna lie, it didn't disappoint. This movie's a definition of goofy, but it's great. I can't even explain what I like
I
about this movie
should.
so much. It's not the most exciting story, nothing in it makes sense. It's barely even a horror movie. But as much as I hate to say this word, it has a vibe to it. It has this weird, funny take on afterlife where there's waiting rooms and stuff. That would suck. The music for this movie is just mwah, mwah, mwah. And like, I don't know, when I was watching this, it's like I slowly felt my desire to grow some bangs and dye my hair increasing. It was great.
Ain't no
If you've never
fucking
seen
way.
it, this movie is about a small town couple, Barbara and Adam, who die after being murdered by a dog. Kinda, not really. That's just my interpretation of it, but you can't tell me this wasn't murder. And after respawning back at their crib, they find out their ghost haunting their old house, which is low-key pretty cool. Yeah, they can't leave the crib or get sent to literal Saturn and get attacked by sandworms, but, eternal love or something. But their fun is spoiled after a family of snobby New York artists move into their house. And that's when you realize this movie, instead of being about the family being haunted by the couple, it's more like them being haunted by the family because they cannot stand these people. The stepmom, who's also the mom from Home Alone, is just super posh and obsessed with art. The dad, who's into bird watching, he's just money hungry. And the dude who plays him in real life is into some disgusting stuff. And then the daughter,
Tight stuff.
well, she's the only cool one. She can actually see the ghost couple, and best of all, she embodies the vibe this movie gives me. Just super goth, man. It's cool, but the couple was annoyed by this family so much, besides Lydia, they did everything in their power to scare them away. Ripped their own faces off, fake murder scenes, nothing worked. They even possessed them and made them throw it back. Might be my favorite scene. What?
It was
What?
a really
It's
good
funny,
scene.
but even that didn't work. It actually made things worse, because these dudes decided it'd be a smart idea to make the ghost a tourist attraction, like a business. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm definitely going to that. Did you see how they was throwing it? With no other options left, like something
This man. They were throwing it back though. Like they were shaking that shit. But like, let's be honest, making a ghost like a attraction. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I ain't trying to bother with those things. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. You might do something wrong. You might accidentally break something, and that ghost will be upset with you, and now you get haunted for the rest of your life. Hell nah, I'm good.
straight out of The Exorcist, they looked to hire a specialist. But this wasn't just any specialist. This was Beetlejuice. Not the little one.
Beetlejuice?
This dude is a moldy skin, green-haired having, perverted being, and I mean very perverted, animated demon. And even though he showed up halfway through the movie, this dude was definitely the star of the show. They summoned him after saying his name 3 times to help them scare out the family, but turns out Mr. Juice likes to do more than just scare people, because when he gets summoned, this dude starts trying to kill the family. That's called false advertising, Mr. Juice. Barbara eventually stops him, but it was too late. The damage was already done, and the only cool one in the house, Lydia, didn't trust the couple because she thought it was them that did it. I mean, they're ghosts. But don't worry, that wasn't the end for Mr. Juice yet. We see Lydia in her room looking all sad, looking all goth, wanting to not be living, until she goes to the attic and sees Mr. One and Only himself, Mr. Juice. She starts telling him about her problems and how much her parents suck and how she wishes she were dead. Yeah, mental health and stuff. How about you get me out of here? Mr. Juice promises he'll help Lydia with whatever she wants as long as she helps him. But before he can, the ghost couple come back. Where were they? Ghost stuff. They tell Lydia being dead doesn't make it any easier, and it kind of sucks. That's right, life is worth living. But this wholesome moment is ruined when the couple, after giving Lydia her motivational speech, start being exorcised. Yeah, in an attempt to impress some business partners, this dude over here started pretty much killing Barbara and Adam. They're already dead, but you know what I mean. With no other choice, Lydia rushes to Beetlejuice for help, and he helps her, but at a price. Beetlejuice is summoned and he does what he does, terrorizing and kissing the family and their guests. But he does save Barbara and Adam at a price. Beetlejuice agreed to help Lydia if and only if she marries him. What in the R. Kelly? You're hundreds of years old. This girl's a teenager. He really is a demon. Or a Minecraft YouTuber. But before their wedding could be complete, Lydia is saved by Barbara.
That's crazy. That's crazy. More
and
Minecraft
the
music.
sandworm from earlier comes through and eats Mr. Juice. What a fitting way to go out. Like I said, although a little wacky and goth, I really enjoyed this movie. 8.5 out of 10. The vibes are valid. But I cannot say the
1000%.
same about the next movie I'm about to go over. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. This is real. And when I tell y'all this is one of the most ridiculous horror movies I've ever watched, yeah, it's a horror movie. I truly mean it. This movie opens up and the first thing we see, a little black kid getting whipped. Okay, all right.
Crazy.
This kid is Abe's best friend, and since it's the 1800s, he's sadly a slave. As a descendant of Caribbean slaves myself, and also probably a slave master. Not cool, white people. Not cool. We see a young Abe Lincoln rush in to defend his friend only to fail, and this little debacle, I like that word, gets him, or should I say his family, in more trouble than he thought. Because that very same night, while little Abe is writing in his journal, he sees someone come in the house. And y'all can already guess who or what it was. A vampire. Which off the rip is how you know this didn't happen. Vampires are supposed to be welcome into your house. They can't just walk in like they own the place. This vampire, who was the same dude from earlier, was what started it all for Abe. Because after killing Abe's mama, R.I.P., Abe vows to get revenge on him. And this desire for justice is what starts Abe's vampire hunter journey. We see him get recruited. He gets a training arc where he can somehow chop down a whole tree in one swing and eventually kills hella vampires. But after finally getting revenge and reflecting and realizing this vampire thing is bigger than he ever thought, I'll get to that in a second, he comes to the conclusion that the only way he'll really make a change in the world is through politics. So then he becomes president. And here during his presidency is where we really see the absurdity of this movie. Because if you paid attention in US history, what war started during his presidency, class? That's right, the Civil War. And now follow-up question. Who fought in that war? If you said the Union and the Confederacy, you're wrong. Because in this movie, instead of fighting against Southern slave owners, they fight against Southern slave owners who happen to be vampires. Yeah, the Confederate South in this movie is just roaming with vampires, which in my opinion is hilarious. Can you imagine being a black person in the 1800s and you get rolled up on by a racist Confederate vampire? I've come to suck your blood. Oh. Never mind. Or at least that's how I thought.
Crazy.
In this movie, it's actually the opposite. The vampires don't see black people as inferior or a person they would avoid eating. In fact, they're actually their main source of food. And they use slavery to cover it all up. So, at least they ain't racist. The war goes the same as it did in real life. Abe frees the slaves in the South. He ain't free them all, just the ones in the South. And then they use spoons and forks and other silverware to win the war.
Everywhere.
Not joking, that's how they won. And now finally, the movie I've been waiting to go over since 2022, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Back when I recorded part 1, this movie didn't release yet. But just off the premise alone, I knew it was a disaster.
Winnie the Pooh, the movie. Okay. I seen this. I watched it. I looked at it, you know, shit, you know, it was something, you know, it was an experience. It's on it, like, it wasn't all bad, but it was really goofy, weird, you know, it was something for her. We had some good parts in it, though. I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but some parts was pretty weird.
Faster in the making. A movie about Winnie the Pooh, the bear who eats honey all day, killing people? How did this happen? Well, apparently, after chilling with Winnie and friends for years like in the show, y'all remember the show, Christopher Robin grew up and decided it was time to leave for college. Playing games and eating honey with owls, tigers, and pigs just doesn't pay bills. And with their only connection to the outside world, and most importantly, food, gone, the animals were forced to fend for themselves. And then one fateful winter night, they decided the only way for them to survive was to eat one of their own, the depressed donkey. Doing this made them go deeper into their animal roots, never speaking again. And even scarier, it made them hate humans. And so now Winnie the Pooh kills people. This movie is so unserious. We're literally watching Winnie the freaking Pooh and Piglet kill a bunch of girls staying at a cabin just because they can. And it really is just the two of them, because this movie couldn't afford to add any of the other animals. There's no Tigger, there's no owl, there's not even the rabbit. And it'd be one thing if that was the only thing wrong with this movie. But no, the lighting is booty. Winnie the Pooh has super strength for some reason, able to chop off people's hands with one fell swoop. Like what the? Some of the characters make the most ridiculous decisions. Like, why are you still in the hot tub? You just saw him on your phone. And for crying out loud,
Yeah.
they're wearing rubber masks. It's not even subtle. You can clearly see it. Look. This movie is something. It pretty much ends with Piglet dying and Woody killing everyone except Christopher Robin, who he lets run away because he still had love for him. But it doesn't end there completely, because apparently since recording part 1, they've dropped a sequel to this movie, Blood and Honey 2, which I heard was actually better. And this year, 2025, they're supposed to be dropping a Poonaverse movie and a Bambi one? Bambi? Nah, I gotta see that one. That was pretty much all the horror movies I wanted to go over today. Comment down below the ones you guys thought was the goofiest. And don't worry, I will be doing a part 3. There's a few more movies I want to go over. And moral of the story? What? It's funny.
I didn't even know it was supposed to be a Bambi one. That's crazy activity for real. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the movie. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget the video will be linked in the description down below. God bless y'all. Be safe. Peace out.